Watch live on QSportsTalk.com. All across CNY, it's the 315. Here's Brian Higgins.
Here I am, here we are, as we roll along on this show on our Thursday afternoon. We've talked a lot of NFL draft today, but now we change to a completely different topic. Looking forward to an exciting event that will be happening up at the Syracuse softball field this Saturday afternoon, where we have started to see the retirement of women's jerseys across various sports here over the last year or so. But we'll see the first ever softball jersey retirement, and that will be our next guest here as we welcome in Jenna Caira. Jenna getting her jersey retired this Saturday. Jenna, welcome into the show here. What's this like for you? This has got to be really cool for you to be getting your jersey retired this week.
Hey, Brian. Thanks for having me. Yes, it is going to be quite an exciting weekend. Ever since I got the call, I've been waiting very patiently for April 29th and just being able to come home to, my favorite place where I had core years of growing up. So I'm really excited, and I can't wait to see old teammates and see some current players on the field get after it this weekend.
Has it sunk in yet? I mean, you've gotten the call. It's been a minute since you found out. I mean, what's the various process from when you get the call and you hear it the first time? And do you have any idea how this might hit you when you see the 29 go up on Saturday?
I have no idea. All I know is I'm probably going to be wearing black because I'll be sweating, and probably not wearing too much makeup because I'll probably be a little emotional seeing everybody around. I don't really know what to expect, but I think I just really want to be authentic and real and let the emotions just ride out however they see fit. It's a special place in my heart coming back to Syracuse, especially on the softball field. And so I'm just really looking forward to it.
This part is kind of two-pronged. There's been recent emphasis on the retirement of female athletes' jerseys here. You will be the fourth that gets officially retired. Felicia Leggett-Jack for women's basketball, Katie Rowan for lacrosse, and Julie Williamson for field hockey. And then on top of that, you are the first softball player. So what do both of those things mean? That you're involved at the very early stages here of women getting these honors at Syracuse.
Yeah, I mean, it's an absolute honor to be able to be recognized with, all these wonderful women who've competed and have left a name for the program. And, I think I'm just really looking forward to more names coming through, especially for softball. Like, I hope I'm one of many that come through the program and, contribute. And I know that the people that they have amazing character, have the grit, the grind that we're always looking for. And so there's no doubt that we're maybe the trailblazers, if you want to say it that way, for women's sports with our jersey retirements. But I certainly know that, there's going to be a lot more coming through, and I'm looking forward to celebrating those people in our future.
Yeah, I think it is fair to say it that way, Jenny. You are trailblazers going through it. You were still playing. I mean, it wasn't the early days of the softball program, but it was Syracuse softball had only been around a decade, 15 years by the time you were in it. And obviously, when you were here, it went to the highest heights it's been at with 3 tournaments in a row and all the success you guys had. When you got hit with this honor, I imagine you started thinking back on those days. When you think back to your time at Syracuse, what is the first memory that comes to mind when you're thinking back on your career?
Oh, I have so many different spots, but honestly, when I first had my first practice at Syracuse, I remember we had our meeting in the outfield, and I remember just touching the grass and be like, wow, this is really nice. And I just had such a deep appreciation for where I was. And, I just knew that was a starting point of something that was going to be really memorable and cool, and, be surrounded by so many great people that have been lifelong friends. And so when I came onto the field for the first time, that was one of my first memories, to be honest, and many more after that.
And obviously you had great success here, of course, but when did you know you were good? Obviously you come out of high school, you think you're a good player, you get to college, you got to transition. When did you know that you could hang at that level?
I knew I was becoming more competitive, and I probably around the age of 14, 15. That's around the time where I really started to get comfortable in my position, had a better understanding of who I was developing as a pitcher, and as a player, a leader. I think part of it was finding more consistency in my changeup, which is what I'm quite known for in the game of softball, and having that confidence in that particular pitch, keeping people off balance, I think only elevated my game, and being able to throw it at any points. Even though everyone who knows softball, pitching specifically, Jenna Caira equals changeup, and I think I brought that from age of 14, 15 all the way through to my retirement of age 32.
I'd say this too. Not many pitchers, I would guess, in softball, and correct me if I'm wrong here, Jenna, are known for the changeup. Like, we knew you then; it was your best pitch. I'd imagine most, hey, you're blowing fastballs past people, or in softball, what a nasty drop ball or a curve or something. Like, I can't imagine there's many others out that are like, yeah, my changeup's my best pitch.
Yeah, well, I think it's a crucial pitch to have to keep people off balance. And I think more in the U.S., rise ball is a very dominating type of pitch. And so my goal was just to keep the ball down and get some ground balls, utilize my team, keep them off balance, get a fun swing and miss here and there. But it was just to keep people off balance and, making the ball move as much as I could and just, letting that thing ride off my hand. But yeah.
Yeah, well, hey, it worked out really well for you for a long time, as Jenna Caira is our guest, getting her jersey retired on Saturday. And you mentioned, hey, your career went on in softball after Syracuse. I know you played some pro fast pitch and obviously competed internationally for Canada, and most recently a couple summers ago in the Olympics. What was that period like for you? Because you kind of hit it, unfortunately, at like the exact wrong time when they had removed softball from the Olympics. So what was that like getting a pro at that time and then saying... And then it came back just in time for you to get to play in the Olympics a couple of years ago.
Yeah, you nailed it. Yeah, I came on to Team Canada in 2009. So I was just starting off at Syracuse. And, that part, being able to compete in the summer months, I feel like elevated my game for softball at Syracuse as well, because I was continuing to get the reps. But, missing Olympics for our sport in 2012 and 2016 and still being fortunate to be a part of the program around that time period. It was tough because there was a group of us that came together in 2009, some of which were Olympians that has stayed with us from 2008. And, we have just rolled together for 11, 12 years, whatever, plus COVID, of that postponement. And, it's hard, but at the same time, while you want to be on the biggest stage, we leveraged what we could with what our biggest stage was at the time, which was World Championships. And we always stayed focused on competing and being the best to represent Canada and to win a gold medal or medal and be on the podium. So, when we were able to be reinstated and be part of the Olympic journey for 2020 in Tokyo, Japan, absolutely amazing experience, COVID or no COVID. Japan did an amazing job at hosting. It was truly a surreal experience,
Mm-hmm.
looking to my left, looking to my right when we won the bronze medal, looking at the people across, across from me, it made me really reflect in such a short moment of my time when I started softball at the age of 4, my travel ball days, Syracuse, the grind and the patience and, the curiosity that you need to maintain growth at this level. It all hit me. And then also at the same time, at the very end, my family was what hit me the hardest. And, I knew that they were watching back home and so many of our other fans, but it's amazing how quick and long a moment could feel when you're celebrating something so special.
All right, and yeah, you guys won the bronze medal at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, even though they happened in 2021. So this is closing on 2 years ago. This is my favorite question, Jenna, to ask people that have done what you did and have won an Olympic medal. Where is the medal? Where do you keep the thing? Is it like safe deposit box? Is it on display? What do you do with it?
It's in my drawer. I didn't want to put it away and frame it or anything because I really felt truthfully that I wanted to be able to take it out if someone wanted to see it. And I wanted to put it around their neck so that they could feel it and be inspired. So my goal is anytime, if I'm doing a softball event and they want me to bring it, it's easily accessible. But it is in a nice container that, has the Olympic logo on there, nice and protected. I won't tell you exactly what drawer it is. I'm retired now, but as I always say, if someone ever came and tried to take it from me, I'm still athletic enough, I like to say, to go catch them.
I still remember this was, I guess just before you would have been at Syracuse. Natalie Mastracci was a rower. She won a silver medal with Canada back in the 2008 Olympics, I think it was. Like, where is the medal? And she pulled it out of her purse. She had it in her purse. I'm like, well, that's aggressive. So I can't imagine you just wandering around with the medal in your purse at any point.
Oh no, not right now. Maybe when I came back for the first week, that definitely did happen as I was looking and hanging out with some other people who wanted to see it. So it definitely was in my purse, but maybe not that much longer.
And you said it it was weird. Like, softball got voted out of the Olympics, then it got voted back in. And unfortunately, just the way it lined up, it got voted out of your prime. The way that hit, did that just feel like a perfect capper to your softball career to be able to have that Olympics at the end there?
It was, it was the cherry on top. It was everything, right? And what I will miss the most is obviously my teammates and, everyone that I've been able to surround and who I've been able to meet over the course of my career. But, to be able to win and celebrate with your team on your final game is something extremely special. It's a moment that no one can really take away from you. And, only that small group can really understand the grind of what every day looked like, whether people could see us or whether it was behind the scenes. And so, it was an emotional moment. It was such a great celebration. I just remember one of my teammates, there's a great picture of Larissa Franklin, jumping up on our pile that we're embracing each other. We had so much fun and, we were so connected with one another that it really truly was a special group. And it was the best way that I could leave this sport. And I hope that we can continue to make, progress and bring it back in instead of the roller coaster that this sport has unfortunately taken on from an Olympic standpoint.
So that was a year and a half ago. So that was the big capper to your softball career. So what are you up to now, Jenna? It's now, you're out in the real world now. What are you doing these days?
Yeah, the NARP, right? Non-athlete, real person. Is that what we're regular person? So I still try and do clinics when I can. Still give back to the softball community from a local level. And I haven't twirled my arm around in a while. I think the Syracuse is going to ask me to throw the first pitch, so I got to do some warm-ups in the bullpen. But right now, from a full-time position, I'm working in the advanced beauty industry for Laser Clinics Canada. It's actually a global brand from Australia. So it is a very entrepreneurial startup type of feel with a great global backing. And my particular role is in franchising. So I get to meet a lot of great people who want to own and operate a business. And without sounding corny, someone who's always aspired to want to own their own business, it's like their gold medal. And so I feel like I'm helping them on that journey. So it's been a fun way to, stay connected with people and, help them achieve their dreams.
I imagine if you plop your medal around their necks, it'll keep them pointed in the right direction. So for those that want to check this out this weekend, Syracuse is playing Virginia, well, all weekend long, but the game, the jersey retirement will be on Saturday. It's a 1:00 first pitch. As Jenna said, maybe she'll be there to throw out the first pitch. The actual jersey retirement ceremony will happen right there after the game. So Jenna, congratulations. This is an awesome honor. Really cool to catch up and enjoy it on Saturday.
Thanks, Brian. Thanks for having me, and go Qs.
Absolutely. That is the great Jenna Caira, the first Orange softball player getting her jersey retired. That'll happen on Saturday. Really cool moment for anybody that got to see her pitch back in the day. She was dominant in the best years in the history of the program, and will be really cool to see her out there honored on Saturday. With that, we will take a break. When we come back, Tim Leonard will be in. We'll do a little 4-on-1 in the 3-1-5, maybe get into the lax weekend, see if the guys can get in the mix to make the playoffs. We'll do that when we come back here on this hour, brought to you by Best Buy Auto Sales. We're back right after this. It is QSportsTalk.com and ESPN Radio.